Alright, brother, in this lesson, I'm going to talk to you about letting go. Now, when we're talking about letting go, it's really identifying what it is that's holding you back right now. So essentially, what stops us from getting what we want in life or being who we know we can be is the shit that we're holding on to, emotionally, mentally, right? The blocks that are actually in our way from being who we are and really stepping into that person that you know you are, the person that can create exactly what he wants in his life. So we're going to go into some of your emotions, right? This is where the real work starts. So right now, you've come about halfway through the course, provided that this is still where the lesson is, right? But essentially, you've come this far through the course and you've been getting your tools, you've been weaponizing yourself. You're now able to put on your armor every single day through your morning ritual, your routines, using the tools that I've given you. So you're equipping yourself essentially to be able to come to know yourself, come to accept yourself, come to love yourself, and come to empower yourself. Now, what I'm about to teach you through these coming lessons is really where the real work begins. All right. So first off, I just want to talk to you about the power in letting go and forgiveness. All right. So no matter what's happened to you in your life, everything has served a greater purpose. Everything has in fact happened for you. And it's when we hold on to shit and hold things against people that it actually blocks us from really just being able to connect with who we are, connecting to our heart. I believe it was the Buddha that said that holding on to anger or resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die, right? So these negative emotions that you are holding on to within your body, anything that you haven't forgiven another person for, it's not harming the other person. It's actually harming yourself. So as you go through this next lesson, we're going to teach you a process where you can clear your shit, right? Now, this is not just against other people. This can be for yourself. There might be things that you need to forgive yourself for. And this can be a process that you use repetitively when things come up for you. So right now, you're going to go into that next lesson. You're going to go through a process where you clear your shit. I really want to share with you like the power of forgiveness. Forgiveness and love go hand in hand. And essentially, to be able to create and express and expand in the way that you desire, it comes from connecting to your heart. And when we connect to our heart, your heart is 60,000 more times more powerful than your mind and creation. Right? The energy that your heart expresses. There's been scientific studies where they've hooked up your brain and your heart to a machine to see vibrationally which has the more power, what puts out a greater energy field. And it's the power of your heart. Now, as men, we often try and create everything from our head. And I don't know about you, but as a man, I've found that a lot of the time, my head's actually been the thing that gets in the way. It can get me overthinking, can get me stressed, can get me essentially judging myself, right? So what I want to teach you is how to really start to connect into your heart. Now, the thing that stops us from being able to connect to and come from the heart is the stuff that we haven't dealt with, traumas, past hurts, right? Anger that we've bottled up, resentment that we've stored down, anything that we've suppressed, sedated, and really just pushed down there. That's what's sort of in the way between you connecting with your heart on a more consistent basis. And bro, like, you want to be able to connect with your heart. When you can, you'll be connected to who you are. You'll be connected to people that you connect with, like your partner. You'll have better sex, better intimacy, right? You'll cause less problems for yourself because you'll be heart-centered. So as we come back to your heart, this is where you're really activating the power that you have within you. This is where you'll express and expand into the world and do and create what you're here to create. Be the person that you truly are. Your heart is your way to God, to the universe, to source. You don't know how to hear from God? It's not with your head. It's with your heart. You feel the messages coming through, right? And this is where you've got these practices now where you're journaling. When you start to journal, you get out of your head and into your heart. You start to journal. You write down the things that you're processing. Right? We get out of the analytical mind and get that out onto paper, and we allow the heart to start to flow through. This is where you're starting to communicate with God, the universe, source, your higher self, whichever thing you connect with. And they can all connect with you and speak through and to you in different ways. Won't go into too much of that right now. It's literally just I really want you to honor this process for yourself, because the lighter you become, the more connected you will be, and the greater your life will be. The greater love you'll experience, the more joy, the more fun, the more happy you'll be, the more connected you'll be, the more impact you'll make, the more purpose you'll have, the more fulfillment you'll experience. It all comes to just getting out of our way. So, are you willing to forgive yourself? Are you willing to forgive those that have hurt you? Are you willing to forgive your parents, your siblings, whoever it is? Maybe you need to forgive God. You're holding some resentment there. I know I did. Whatever it is for you, as you go into the next lesson on Clear Your Shit, I want you to identify what, who, and different experiences that I need to forgive. And really just allow yourself to give this to yourself, because again, holding on to anything against another, it's not doing harm to them, it's only hurting yourself. And if you can really delve into this lesson, it's really going to help you with the coming lessons, where I start to teach you some really powerful ways to raise your consciousness, to really step into the inner king within you, and to be able to process and clear and heal all of your negative emotions, or your bad feelings, or overwhelm, stress, anxiety, self-doubt, right? Fear, self-hatred if you've got that. All these different parts of you. I'm going to teach you a process where you can actually start to really heal and come to know and love every single part of yourself. But before we get into that, we're going to go into a process of letting go, allowing ourselves to lighten the load, right? There's all this stuff that we carry with us, and you've been carrying it for a long time, right? And none of it is true. It's stories. It's a perception. It's a belief. And we can change our perception. We can change our belief at any moment. And this is your opportunity to change your story so you can change your life. Take the time to go into this lesson. It may take you a few times over the next week. Maybe something that you're repeating for the next month. Okay, and if that's what takes place for you, if you keep getting guided back to do another forgiveness letter, as you'll see in the next lesson, if you keep getting guided back into that process, honor that, trust that. That's your intuition, your connection with something greater than yourself, showing you that this is your path forward. Because understanding that every challenge, every problem, every obstacle is the way forward. And I'm going to show you how to go into that, and for that to become your truth, so that everything that presents itself in your life becomes the next opportunity to giving you exactly what you desire. Much love for you. It's an honor to be at this stage with you throughout this program. Take the time with this, repeat it as much as you need to. And remember, you can go back and keep repeating the lessons. And on that note, I'll see you on the next video.